Oh buddy, Andy here again. It's a bit dark here, but that's because this is summertime in Britain. It's the 16th of July 2012. It's raining outside and the wind's picked up as well. Welcome to the British summertime indeed. I've been having this sort of conversation. I happened to tweet something earlier on about how this weather is not very inspiring at all to get out there to do anything, you know, to sort of, oh, should I do something? You daren't go outside because you know it's going to rain. If it hasn't rained, it's shortly going to, or it is raining. One of those things. You don't know what to wear, you know, one of those sort of things as well. You know, do you take an umbrella? It's, you know, blowing a gale outside now at the moment. Well, that be a slight exaggeration, but not very much down here by the sea, you know. So the umbrellas be blown inside out. If you wear the wrong type of clothing, you know, you get too hot. I did that the other day. I walked into town, thought, well, I'll put this sort of anorak on because I know it's going to rain. It did, and I was absolutely sweltering. And I read a quote, or saw a quote the other day, something along the line: "There's no such thing as bad weather, only unsuitable clothing or bad clothing." Well, you know, we're being tested from all angles here in the UK throughout this period of spring and so-called, in quote marks, summer. Now, for those of you who live in abroad, and I don't know what it's like particularly where you are, but I know that in the US you've been having amazing temperatures. I don't know if it's still as bad now, sort of record-breaking temperatures just about across the whole of the United States, and you've been sweltering. While you've been sweltering, we've been sheltering underneath the barrage of rain. In about March or April of this year, everyone was moaning because the reservoir levels where we get most of our drinking water from, most of our water generally, were at record low levels. They're now at record high levels for this time of year, and that drought orders came into place, and it reminded a lot of people, me included, that back in 1976 when we had an incredible summer. It was hot all year round, blue skies, and maybe this is, you know, looking back through rose-coloured spectacles, but I don't think it was. And they had to appoint someone, a drought minister for drought or something. And of course, as soon as they did that, the heavens opened. It didn't stop raining for about a year, I seem to remember. The same thing happened here. All the water companies started putting out drought orders because the levels were low. And they were, you know, there's no doubt about that. Everyone's going, oh dear, what are we going to do? We need 2 winters worth of rain or this to replenish the stocks and apart from the reservoirs, the underground streams and aquifers that, you know, lay below the earth, and all where some people get their water from and all this. Since that time, it hasn't really stopped raining. We've had the wettest April on record, I think the wettest June on record, and just about every other record that's been broken. Also, in June of this year, the height of summer, you know, midsummer, the longest day comes in the middle of June. It was the dullest summer on record, I remember. And there's reports in the news now that even the birds and the insects and everything like that are suffering as well. Puffins are drowning in their holes that they nest in. It's that bad, you know. Seabirds are drowning on their nesting site. The only things that are actually revelling in this are snails and slugs. There you go. So they're going to take over the world, I reckon. So, yes, a bit light-hearted, but it isn't, because this is one of those things that's getting everybody down, myself included. I'm not that type of person particularly, but it isn't inspiring, and it makes you just think, oh, why do I bother? Oh, do I want to really go? I like to get out, as you know. I like to get out and walk around, take pictures, whatever it might be, you know, make videos or anything like that. You can't. The Olympic torch is coming through here tomorrow, through Hastings. I understand that the weather is actually going to be a lot better today, but you know, they say that a lot of times, and we're just not. I'm not so sure. It'll probably get blown out. It's been drowned and it's been blown out by the wind at one point, and other places it's been absolutely pouring down. And well done to all those people who've been carrying it in this rather inclement weather, should we say? So I'll be interested to see what that's like. And of course, that is the whole lead up to the Olympics. All the Olympic athletes have started arriving today, and they must be looking around and thinking, these are the summer games, aren't they? You know, there isn't snow quite yet, but maybe that'll come. The temperatures are very low as well, you know, sort of record-breaking low temperatures or something like that as well. And you know, I do remember, I must say, being light-hearted, but you have to be, you know, you've got to be sort of glass half full if you can, type of thing. I remember back in 2000, I believe, when the Olympics were in Sydney. And as part of the sort of welcome pack, or one of the things that they did to all the Olympic athletes as they arrived and checked into the Olympic Village, they gave them condoms. And why not? I suppose these things happen, of course. I should imagine they won't bother with that over here. It'd be Wellington boots and umbrellas. That'd be the sort of thing. I'm just hoping that this is going to change. The school holidays start soon, and people want to get out there and do something. I know this is all tied up with the jet stream and that type of thing, and it's happened before in the winter where it's actually helped our climate or made it a bit nicer because it blocks the weather systems, and we had high pressure instead of low pressure. Now we're stuck in this trough of low pressure, and all these storms and rain systems and everything else coming barreling across the Atlantic. One thing I'd like to know is the jet stream has shifted. I don't know when it will shift back, if it ever will. As who would normally get the weather that we're having here at the moment, because as I said, it's pretty terrible. I know British weather is variable, to say the least. We all know that. We put up with that. Down here on the south coast, as I said, we're a bit luckier than most people. We tend to get more sunshine and less rain, and I think we have done that. I mean, other parts of the country have absolutely been underwater, literally underwater, 2 or 3 times. And I really, feel for those sort of people seeing the pictures on the news and that. We've had it here to an extent, don't think quite as bad. So if I'm feeling the way I am, and the people around here that I know are feeling this way, I can only imagine what other people are feeling like. St Swithin's Day yesterday, if it rained then, it didn't. I don't think it rained just today. I can't, probably did, but I've just forgotten. I blotted that out because it started raining today. But getting back to the jet stream, it makes me wonder the people that would normally live under the weather, that we're getting someone's weather. Whoever would normally be getting that, I really feel for them as well. And I think this has been happening. I've read reports of floods and that in Sweden, Scandinavian areas as well. So I don't know who normally gets this weather at this time of year. I know it's not places like Spain, because I check up because I'm interested. They're still having a glorious, brilliantly sunny summer, which just rubs it in. Even I may have to take that weather app off of my phone. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I really like having conversations on Twitter and Facebook and things like that. And I just thought I'm going to switch on the camera and talk about this sort of stuff. Get it out into the open. Make yourself feel a little bit better. And all those people overseas can gloat and think, yeah, look at the weather over there. Maybe one day it'll be your turn. I'm still waiting for all the global warming and all that's supposed to be happening, because where is it? But maybe this is it. And on a serious note, maybe that's what they, one of those things. We have weather and we have climate and that type of thing, 2 completely separate things. We're suffering with the weather now, but climate's a bit more long term. Maybe this is the way that things are shifting, due to Arctic ice melting and all that. Seriously, that could be one of the issues. Maybe we're in for this a lot more. Everybody thinks global warming means lots of sunshine and lots of heat and melting ice caps, but that's only for some people. For other people, it could mean more of the type of weather we're getting now. Yes, not something to look forward to. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your time, and I'll speak to you again, hopefully in the sunshine. Goodbye.